Hey, Bailey Snake here. I know I just uploaded another video previously to this, but I feel like on another topic, there was something else too that's been popular with um, gamers nowadays, especially female gamers. It's not that um, don't don't take this personally. I'm not in any way, shape, or form a feminist or a neo-Nazi or feminazi. In no way, shape, or form. I'm not gonna rant on guys and say how evil or bad they are. Um, this video, I want to specifically um, talk about Gamergate and how it negatively affects the gaming world for both males and females. Now, I know recently and in the past there's been a lot of um, both feminists and feminazis and people that are in between talking about how Gamergate targets certain genders or target certain people because they have, an open mind, and how bullies attack these certain people and make fun of them and bully them. And it's just, for me personally, the Gamergate thing is just like everything else nowadays is blown way out of proportion. Originally, it was supposed to be something um, relatively close to, if I'm right about this, like supporting gamers, uniting us in the ways of, yay, gaming, fun and sports and fun. We can all be happy together and talk about our games and yay. And that went from happy fun to now let's negatively talk about certain people or gender because they don't agree with us, or because we're having a stupid moment and we feel like ranting on the wrong person because we feel entitled to, or because we have ego problems, or people feel insecure about themselves, so they pick on somebody else less fortunate because it makes themselves feel better. um, at one point, Gamergate was a positive thing. It was a good thing. And then like everything else, like my previous video, it's the same kind of thing with using, like the words, racist and sexist out of proportion and taking it out of context for something that may have nothing to do with the topic at hand, because people have become so sensitive and so over the top that it's become ridiculous. Now that I look at it, Gamergate has become nothing more now than a bully's paradise for making fun of somebody just because, they talk about a game and they might not agree with what they have to say, or, just because, let's say, for example, a girl plays a certain game. The guys don't like it, or the girls don't like it. There have been female bullies. So don't think this is just because of guys. No, women are just as bad, sometimes worse. Believe me, as a female personally, I see a lot of females being negative Nancy's. And it's really bad. It's horrible. Because I look at these females, these other gamers, and I think, you're supposed to be, like a positive role model for other females like myself who are gamers. And they just go like out of proportion, way over the top, over exaggerating, blaming someone else, not taking responsibility for their own actions. It's kind of like Anita Sarkeesian, blames video games and men for freaking violence against women and all that bullshit. I don't buy a single inch of it. Not an inch. If anything, gamers and video games to me personally, I feel like it's empowered us, given us knowledge. For some people, some video game characters, we've relied on and made maybe like a personal hero, someone to look up to. Because a lot of us gamers, we have our favorite games, and then we have our favorite characters that we love to talk about. Like, my favorite two games are like Legend of Zelda and Metal Gear Solid. Like, to me personally, those are like my childhood like heroes. Link the Mighty, all in green. Kicking baddie butt and sending Ganondorf back to the pits of hell where he came from. And Zelda with her lightning arrows and that awesome franchise growing up with it. And then you got Metal Gear Solid, tactical espionage, badassery with awesome guns and wonderful characters to involve yourself with. And to me personally, when people like Anita Sarkeesian and other people blame video games for violence and negativity, it's just like, what? What has video games ever done to you to make you such a negative Nancy on them? Like, I get it, some video games are like violent, but you have to remember that it's only a video game. It's digital entertainment that has nothing to do with the real world at all. I mean, yeah, some games, they take, like Grand Theft Auto, they take, certain cities and base the video games around that. Like the newest game, Grand Theft Auto 5, that's based on, like, California. And, just, people have to remember that it's just a video game. Plain simple, no excuse, it's just a video game. It has nothing to do with real life. It has never made people violent or angry. People just use it as an excuse to, like, push aside their personal responsibility, and they blame it on video games because it's an easy outlet to blame because it can't fight back. It's kind of like PETA fighting against, like, Assassin's Creed 4 with the whale, hunting. What does that have anything to do with real life? I mean, yeah, you get to hunt whales in that game. So what? It's a video game. You have to remember it's just a video game. It has nothing to do with the real world. I mean, yeah, in real life, there may be whale hunting still going on, but that has nothing to do... See? So there's two different outlets. There's video games, and then there's real life. And these do not correspond or cross or anything. Two different, completely different outlets. You've got to understand these are completely separate. It's kind of like Gamergate. So what if someone has, a concern, or they express their opinion, like I am. I'm expressing my opinion. And personally, if you have something negative to say, you can rant, you can rave, you can do whatever. It will not affect me personally. Like, you can say whatever you want, but I have my opinion, and you have yours. And you're entitled to yours, and I'm entitled to mine. And sure, not everybody's going to agree with each other, but that's life. We're not always going to agree with everything everybody says. If we did, then life wouldn't be fun. Because, there wouldn't be topics for discussion and whatnot. But, it's not just about Gamergate. Sometimes, in certain situations, bullies take it to the extreme. Kind of like with certain live streamers, they do a thing called swatting. where they literally call the police on that certain person, and I guess they get off on them, like, getting the police at their home, you know, because they don't like what they're saying. I don't get it. I don't at all. It's somebody has some mental issues if you think that's funny, because it's not funny. I mean, yeah, I guess it's a new form of bullying or trolling, whatever you can call it. It's not funny. If you think on a personal level that calling cops on a live streamer because they said something you don't like, get over yourself. Seriously, get a life or something. There's something going on in your head that needs to be checked. Anyways, there's been a few YouTubers as of late that have brought up the topic of bullying against certain female gamers and male gamers, because it's almost the exact same thing. Someone says something that they don't like, and the whole internet like implodes with, bullying and hate topics and, negativity. Just because somebody says something that you don't like doesn't mean you have to blow up and take it out of proportion. Just remember that everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and you don't have to agree with it, but you can let it go and relax and take a breath. And remember that not everybody's going to agree with what everybody says, that it's okay. The world's not going to end if not everybody agrees with everything that you say. This is why it's called talking, discussions, open group. Yeah? If there's something you don't like, do not be afraid to reach out and talk to somebody. There's always somebody there to talk to you personally if you ever have a problem, or there's something you don't like, or there's questions that you have. Don't be afraid to reach out to somebody and talk to them. Don't take it out negatively on somebody that has nothing to do with your personal life. It's kind of like bullying against somebody just because they're playing a certain game, or they're saying something that you don't like. You don't have to, there's no reason to take it out on them. They have nothing to do with your personal life. If they're doing something in the game that you don't completely agree upon, that it happens. We're not mind readers. We can't always know what to do or what to say or what to think. You gotta remember that personally. Just keep that in your head. That the life is not perfect. It's not always fair. It's not always equal. Don't take it personally. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. But yeah, bullying in general is it's not okay. There's no excuse for it. I don't care if you're male, female, crossbreed, both. I don't care. There's no excuse. I don't care what kind of discussion or group you're in. It's never okay to bully someone just because they're different from you, or they play a game differently than you. Because say for example, like my husband, say for example I was playing his video game and there's something that I was doing that he didn't like. It wouldn't be okay for him to bully me because I'm doing something in a game that he doesn't like. Just like in reality or online, it's never okay to bully somebody or to harass someone just because they're doing something you don't like. It's not okay. It's not normal. And it's definitely not healthy. If you have something that you have a problem with, I seriously just suggest talking to somebody. Get a friend. parent, relative, somebody. There's always somebody to talk to if you have like personal issues or something you want to talk about. There's no need to go onto the internet and harass somebody else just because they're a little different from you or they play a certain game. Equal equality on all levels, no matter what their background, sexual orientation, anything. It's never okay. Because bullying has a serious effect on everybody. You might not think so at the moment, but it's a serious problem. And it has serious consequences with it. So before you go online and do whatever you're going to do that's negative, please, please, please think about it twice before you say anything. Because what you might take as a joke, the other person could take seriously, and it could take serious consequences. Just food for thought, you know? Because if I don't like bullying, and I don't like being bullied, I'm pretty sure the other person's going to agree on the same thing. So please, before you start thinking negatively, please think of it before you do. It might just help someone in the end. This is Beta Snake. Peace.